Hello and welcome to another episode of Christine's Coloring and Crafts. I'm Christine and I will be coloring with Tombow markers today. Let's see here. We got several surprises in the mail at my P.O. box. Sorry, I'm bending down here to get my boxes because I've already gotten everything out and swatched and I started playing with it. Take a drink here. All right. So I got some wonderful gifts. I got the Tombow Twin Tone Pastels, which look kind of like this one, one of the ones we're going to use today. They have a really fine nib, and then they have a really kind of like chunky fine nib. We're going to call it chunky today. And that came in a pack of 12. All great colors. And then we got the cottage package of 10 colors. Which I'm trying to see, do I have any of those on me picked out? 249, 173, 131. I don't think I do. Let me look again. 992. I think 992 might have been one of them. Nope, that's 969. Yep, there's 992. And this is got a brush, and then what I call the chunkies, chunky nib. And then the last package I got was the landscape set, and I don't think I might have some of those in here. Oh my goodness! Now, hopefully it didn't cost somebody that much money, but I didn't realize there was a price tag on that one. I don't think I have any of those. 490, 476. They're basically the same as these kind. They're just different colors. There we go. And I already got started by using some of them on the flowers last night, just to kind of test the waters on Amazon paper. And what conclusion I have come to is that on Amazon paper, I'm going to throw pencils. The super fine nib works good. This side here, the little chunky nib, it pills the paper really easily. I don't know if you guys can see that on video, but there's some paper that's pilled here and a little bit over here. And it seems to be just that particularly chunky side nib that's doing it. I'm trying to go lightly to see if maybe one of the issues is just like me being a little heavy-handed, because I am naturally heavy-handed. Words are hard. But anyway, if any of you have ever had Tombow markers, y'all know they, except for this pastel set, they don't have the names of the colors on them. They just have the numbers. But we're going to be using 131, and then upside down 173. There we go, right side up. And then we're going to use 249 on the leaves. Now, once the pilling has dried, I kind of just use my pencil brush to wipe away the crumbs. Some of them aren't going to come away. Some of them are, but if you don't like the pilling of the paper and you want to get them off, don't use your fingers or anything else. Somewhere in here, and I can't remember where because it's really, really tiny, I accidentally created a hole, so I just started using my brush to wipe off whatever pilling I could get off. But we're going to use that set of greens here on the leaves and the stems. And I am going to go ahead and use the brush side to see if any of that creates pilling. And if you don't know what pilling is, it's basically where the marker is pulling up pieces of the paper. And I don't think the brush will do it. I should have got some yellow too for the centers. Oh well. it's not like I'm going to finish this one on video. I just wanted to do a short, cute little video on, a semi-short, cute little video on using Tombow water markers. Because somebody got me these. I don't know who it was. They didn't leave a note. And in case it's one of my wonderful subscribers, I want to make sure that you see me using them. And I do overall like them. I did learn also too on them. And this one didn't seem to have all of the leaf stuff pulled in. So we're just going to make up some. Here we go. I did learn that on the first swatch seed I did, I used my, I think the Spring Hill 80 pound, and boy did it pill. It was bad. So I tossed that out in favor, in fact, well, I didn't toss it out because I still got the backside I can use for, you know, my scrap, my testing and stuff. I might be able to reach it from here after I finish these leaves. These leaf veins. And also too, we got to take into account that I am pretty new to using water-based markers, and I've watched a lot of videos on mixing them with a little extra water to make paint, watercolor paint. I'm not going to do that. We're going to learn how to use them first before we do anything strenuous with ourselves here. Yep, I do got it. Here we go. As you can see, it looks really bad. Not so much the pilling. It didn't pill like horribly on this particular sheet of paper. The other one I used, it did. And then I started over with this. And these are all the colors I got minus the neons. The neons I've had. And then I did get a couple of duplicates. Like that one, I got a duplicate. And you can see all the pastels, how they got their names on here. Honey orange, chrome yellow, blah, 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 blah. And of course I wrote neon instead of fluorescent. It does say fluorescent on the marker. It does say fluorescent. It's just that neon is much shorter. And I know what green I'm wearing to the prom, I guess. If I had a prom. There we go. But yeah, it was really hard to color in these guys. I mean, I always color outside the lines, but woo! We'll just put that up there because the back half's gonna be scrap. And then as you can see too on this paper though, in particular, it didn't bleed. That is kind of a neat feature of water-based markers until you get to Amazon paper. They bleed. And there's my little middle guy. But yeah, they bleed. A little bit. It's not a lot, not like it's not like a ton like the alcohol markers do. But it does pill a little bit. And pill is P-I-L-L. Not P-E-E-L. Peel. Okay, let's see what we got here. Actually, I'm going to use the other end of the top here because it's smaller and it gives me a little bit more precision. And I was thinking of doing the dogs, everything but doggy tongue. And I didn't get a black marker out for their eyes, but that's okay. I got a Sharpie on standby. We'll cheat with the Sharpie. And we might just end up doing this because, like I said, I don't want to make a really long video today. It's been kind of a really busy week since I've been having some what I consider good days for my bad knee. I've been doing a lot of yard work. Take advantage. But hopefully y'all have been having a great week. And hopefully y'all have a great weekend. For those of you celebrating the 4th of July, I hope you have a really great holiday. Not to get into politics, but I am not celebrating 4th of July this year. Because I feel that women's rights are on the way out the door. And that's pretty much all I'll say on that. Like I said in the very, very beginning when I started this channel, I never wanted to have anything political in here. It's just too hot button of a topic, and I don't like arguing with people. I really don't. I just like to accept either that I like to accept the fact that some of us will agree and some of us will disagree, but that we can all get along regardless of how we feel. But sometimes people, even myself included, can't help themselves when it comes to something political. But that's what my TikTok channel is for. It is not for my YouTube channel. I am. This is yours and mine, coloring time, relaxing time. Have a little fun and, you know, color and learn and grow together. I don't think I'm, well, maybe down here on these lower leaves I'll be using that other green. It also takes a while for these guys to draw. Ha! Words are really hard for me today, guys. To dry. They do take, it's not like hours or anything like that. It's maybe like a few minutes. I'm going to switch over to the brush now that I'm getting down the lower side. Versus the alcohol markers, which dry almost right away. And like this picture, I'm not concentrating on, I mean, obviously I'm creating some shading and stuff like that, but it's not going to be like my focus. My focus is just concentrating on learning how to use these. And in some places, are they blending, you know, like a little bit of blending practice. Like I might try that here on this one. There we go. I also noticed too that after you let the first set dry, you know, first layer dry, first set. Wow, words are really hard for me today, guys. Be patient. Then you go over it again, it gets a little bit darker. At least it did with the purples. There we go. But anyway, for those of you that are going to celebrate, which be the vast majority of the country, which is fine. This is just my personal thing, and nobody has to follow me in or any of that stuff. I'm not asking. I know that the majority of my country will be celebrating, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I want people to celebrate. I mean, we're going to celebrate something. It's just not going to be the normal thing we do for 4th of July. And trust me, it's really hard for me because normal 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays. I love the fireworks displays. I'll miss them this year. And it's really kind of stinky that I would choose to sacrifice that this year. Sometimes I'm not bright. Because if you're familiar with the Dayton, Ohio area and surrounding areas and familiar with Kettering, we're basically just a stone's throw from Delco Park, which Kettering throws on a massively amazing fireworks show every season. And I was at the park today playing Pokemon in my car because I don't want to aggravate my knee any more than I have to. I saw them setting up, and they got, you know, fireworks parking at the plant that's nearby. And of course people will park all over the place everywhere, you know, at all the shopping places too, which is fine. It's really a big event, you know, kind of like downtown Dayton. Now here I am going over this up here again, and it'll still dry a little bit lighter than what's going on now. And I'm trying the brush tip to see if I got a good enough control not to be like wiggly outside the lines. But yeah, it'll be a really big show. They'll have vendors there. it is one of the shows I do not consider handicap friendly. There is in-park parking, but I don't think they're going to let people park in there for the fireworks show. They haven't in the past. They might this time. But even if they do, instead of making it all handicap, they just use the normal handicap parking spaces. And the reason that this kind of upsets me a little bit is because my sister has Down syndrome. She loves to walk, but it's not like she can walk a lot. And this year, because of my temporary disability, I can walk even less. She can outwalk me any day of the week. Speaking of my sister, I went to the group home yesterday and I'm trying to decide, is that part of the stem? I'm going to count it as part of the stem. I don't care if it is or not. There we go. And we had a good time coloring. We had such a good time that the staff was bringing out dinner before I realized it was dinner time. I was like, oh crap, I gotta pack up. I gotta go. Sissy's gonna go. And I am gonna pick her up Monday and do stuff with her. She wants to celebrate, and so we'll do something together. I'm not sure what. She wants to come to the house, but I don't know about that, kids. She hates them stairs, and we've raised little to no money for the ramp, in which I'm not trying to be negative about that. Please don't take that wrong. It's just a fact I'm stating. I don't expect anybody to just hand money to me, regardless of my cause. It's great if you do. It's great if you don't. But just the fact is, we haven't raised but $155, which sits in a savings account right now. Probably will sit in there until I've either sold enough things on eBay, like I'm selling parrot toys on eBay, to try to help. They're on their third relisting, so they're not doing great either. Man, I'll tell you what, back in the day, eBay was the bomb for selling the parrot toys, but now it's just I don't even get any views. So, oh well. Where there is a wheel, there is a way. We will get it eventually. We'll just have to wait a long time. And that's cool. That's all fine and good. But in the meantime, it's hard to explain to her that she can't come over because she's terrified of the stairs. And we have stairs everywhere. Even the simple little 3 steps in the back. Heck, at the rate we're going with my knee, I'm going to need the ramp. I'm doing exercise and stuff. I'm trying. Right now, I just take a couple 800 ibuprofen milligrams. Wow, I really can't word today. I take the ibuprofen 800 milligram. And that seems to help a lot. It helps me be able to stretch the knee, work, do little exercises with it and stuff, and work outside. I've been trimming back bushes and trimming back weeds, in which I know the weeds will come back, but that's okay. Right now I'm doing what I can with what I have, with the means that I have to do it. And I'm happy with the results. I mean, sure, yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on it and do it again. But I have a great set of tools and great neighbors who help me out with other tools that I don't have. I love my neighbors. And we get things done. So far that looks pretty. If you can see, I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, where I went back again with the 173, it kind of was a little bit darker. It went over a little bit darker, creating almost kind of like a shadow, which I thought was cool. I mean, it goes, when you first put it on, it goes on really dark, but when it dries, it's just light, a little bit lighter dark colored. If that makes any sense. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to my wacky little brain. I don't know about you guys. But anyway, we had such a great time yesterday. We even got some of the staff to sit and color with us, which is one of my favorite things. I love seeing the staff and residents, you know, us all just sitting and having a good time and coloring. But as, you know, group homes go, there's a lot of people, and pencils and stuff disappeared. So I'm going to have to order some more Amazon basics. Thankfully, they're super cheap. That's one of the reasons why I picked them as pencils to go with me. The other reason is that they're better than Crayolas. Fewer colors, in which actually I think I am going to go through my Crayolas and see if I have like duplicates of some of the really, you know, funky colors and bring those. Because I think that would be kind of cool. I think the residents would love coloring with some fun, funky colors. I know I do. But the kids got me into using the markers yesterday, the alcohol markers. Carrie, though, that's my sister's name. I never thought she would use this color, but she asked for it yesterday, and I guess I got to go find me a little set of them in just that color, because I've got so many alcohol markers as is, and I don't have duplicates of that color, which is weird. But anyway, I don't need any of the other colors, so I need to find some. I don't care if they're off-brand or whatever, as long as they're alcohol markers to go with the other ones. She asked for gray. Some of it deposited some color. That's okay. It'll still look pretty. And the color in the leaves, the little bobbles of color, little bubbles of color on the leaves, I can cover up with the markers. And I think what I could do is like maybe take a brown or something and kind of dot around there. I don't know. We'll see what we do. These Tombos are, though, speaking of little dots everywhere that I didn't authorize, these are pretty juicy. I see a lot of people, though, when I watch the videos, they store their water-based up and down regardless of whether it's dual tip or not. And I had, you know what assume means, but I did it anyway. I had assumed that these would be, especially the dual tips, would be like alcohol markers. You'd want to store them horizontally and not vertically. But, oh well, no big deal. No big deal. Maybe somebody could pipe up about that. Is there a proper storage way? Am I doing it right? Are they doing it right? And you can see, I don't know if you can see in that lid or not, but yeah, these get juicy. It's leaving deposits of color in there. Juicy! And hey, I'm not going to complain if it's juicy. I'm going to lay this down in case somebody's still wet. I color myself enough. And I've colored my brand new little gaming mouse pad that I bought. I don't game. It was just big, and I liked it. But I've already colored on it. By accident. Oopsies. Because little Miss Christine here will get in a hurry and get lazy and not put a swatch sheet on top of either my clipboard or a scrap piece of paper. And next thing I know, my alcohol markers will have bled through. Yes, they will have. It's okay. You're not a true colorist, artist, slash whatever until you've made a huge mess of your table. That's my mantra, and I'm sticking to it. But anyway, I had not been a big fan of water markers. That still doesn't make me any less grateful for the markers. I love them. I really do. These work a lot better than, to me, and it's probably because I'm such a beginner with them, but they just work a lot better than the other water-based markers I've had in the past. And I think we will have to do a video here in the future, near future, of using these like I see other artists and colorists use them, where they dab the color into a palette of water, or they dab the color into a palette and then put some water in there, and it comes out with a pretty, you know, lighter color of its original self. You can make some really pretty pastels that way. I've watched these videos. They're cool. Excuse me. Hope you didn't hear that. You probably did. That was a pretty deep burp. Oh, I'm not right. Not even close. And I think I do have a little bit better control with the brush end than I do that little, I don't know if it's called a chisel end, a fine tip. But since I have markers that have a really, really fine tip on them, I can't just, I don't know. I'll call them all fine tips. We'll call it the fat fine tip and the little fine tip. That's what we'll do. Oh, and my allergies have been horrible. And it's because I'm outside doing all that stuff. Trying to decide, is there any... Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit of stem right there. Oh, look at there. I missed a little vein. Look at it. So we're going to skip this leaf for now while we let that vein dry. Shame on me. It does reactivate a little bit, but it's not as bad as if you took the marker right over it right after you put it down. In which, that's just something I have just recently learned. I actually didn't see that on, that I can think of, on anybody's videos. If I saw it on your video, I'm sorry. So. And I think I've gotten an allergy to doggos, which put a big kibosh on me getting a doggo in the future. That really kind of stinks. But I went over to my best friend's house today. We decided, well, I asked him last night, do you want to go to Costco? We both have a membership, so he was very happy to go to Costco. And for those of you that don't know, he is also disabled. He's actually a disabled veteran. Served on the USS John Young. And his disabilities are not related to his service. He had just had a little too much bad one year, and ended up, a month after his dad passed away, he ended up having a stroke. He almost died. And that's my best buddy, my goofy best buddy. And there's a kitty rubbing up against me. But he lost most of the facilities to his right side. But he's really upbeat. He's actually the person who worked along beside me, because we dated before, you know, we became best friends. But he was the person who basically taught me to love life and stop being so angry at the world. And boy, was I angry at the world in my 20s. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had my moments when I was happy, but I was never go lucky. I was never carefree. You know, put all my negative stuff aside and have a great time. There's only so many moments in the day. Enjoy them while you have them. That's what he taught me. And I think that was the best teaching he could have given to me ever. Now he just goes around. And it's an inside joke, trust me. I'm not hurting him. Sometimes I might slap his leg or something. Not real hard. But you know, you cut that out. But he'll go around saying that I'm abusing him. And he's laughing about it. Or he'll say, you know, like when we were at Costco today, he would go around to customers while I was pushing him. Can you believe they don't have enough electric carts in a Costco? Can't believe that. So my bad knee self, thank goodness I'm having good knee days, had to push him around with a cart and a wheelchair. But anyway, he was going around telling people, know your limits, don't spend all your money. Don't go overboard. He is just the funniest character on the face of this planet. And fun factoid, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this in any videos. It's a fun factoid because it's something I am actually very proud of, and I'm not just proud of it, I'm grateful that I was the one that got to do it. I'm grateful for the role I played in him being alive. Because I'm the one that got him. And there's a long story to that. But I know, like, a lot of people aren't religious, and I don't want you, or even spiritual, and I don't want you to think I'm going to try to shove religion down your throats either. But, and I'm not. I don't expect anyone to believe the same way I do. And I will definitely respect you in your beliefs. Always. That's what my other best friend taught me. My best girlfriend, she's a born-again Christian. And she may not always like what somebody believes in or how they believe. But she will give them the utmost respect. And she's very loving and very forgiving. She is the model of what a Christian should be, in my eyes. And I am partially being biased because she is my best friend. We've only known each other since we were like 8 years old, and we're 46 and 47. She's almost 47. Anyway. She's only 6 months younger than me. I was born in January. But yeah, she's the one that taught me more about spirituality than anybody ever could, and being a good example. But anyway, on the fateful night that he had this massive stroke, I had received a phone call. Now, it sounded like his voice, but when what the spooky thing was, the only word I could actually understand was help. Help me. And he occasionally has beer, you know, when he's out of a night, when he was out on the town with the guys watching, you know, sports and whatnot back in the day. And he didn't do drugs. He didn't smoke. He did none of that stuff. But just the way he sounded, or what I was talking to sounded on the phone, like they were drunk or high. It wasn't him. And when I get to his apartment while I'm on the phone with 911, his phone was off and in another room from where I found him. And what I talked to certainly could not have had the aspects to turn the phone off and leave the room before collapsing. Basically, I believe I talked to an angel that was telling me my best friend was in trouble. but doing it in a way that I would understand and not freak out about. And that was actually my birthday present that year, because it happened on my birthday. But yeah, it was pretty bad. If I hadn't gotten that call, he definitely would have died. He was just minutes away from it when I got to him. And the ambulance was not far behind me. I say not far because somebody who will not be named, me, was going 80 in a 25 to get to his place. Dangerous, you say? Why, of course it is. But you also got to remember, I'm a trained race car driver. 80 miles an hour is slow, no matter where it's at. And I actually did a few years. I don't know if any of you might have heard of these tracks. Gingerman and Mid-America and Putnam. They are not drag strips. They are also not roundy rounds. And they're full-on courses with straight driving, hard turning. So many hard turns into the wall of tires back in the day. And it was the middle of the night, so I knew children would not be at risk. So I had no qualms with going as fast as I felt that car could handle, which barely it did. It was a 1989 Crown Victoria. And boy, by the time we were done, that sucker was smoking hot. So I could have overdid it a little bit for the poor car. But no matter what anybody ever tells me, it was worth it. All of it was worth it. He's Catholic, so they were reading him his last rites in the ER. It was really scary. But I also made sure that everybody was able to see him. I immediately called his entire family. Like, hey, you guys got to come down to Miami Valley. You got to come now. I have no idea if he's going to make it. And did you notice that little sucker made it? A little sneaky snake. And I'm so glad. And I'm glad I got to be part of the rescue. That made my birthday special. So, yeah, I would be sharing that ramp with him too. Ooh, this is a lot darker brown than I thought it would come out. Ooh, this is a dark brown. That's okay. Ooh, this is a dark brown. But anyway, while I'm on these Tombos and this brush end, I have noticed no pilling. Words are hard. No pilling. So maybe it's just that because that other end is a little bit harder of a nib. Or maybe tonight I am getting a better handle on how hard to not press. I think it's a combination of the both. And after this dark color dries, we're going to see what it looks like. And whether or not I want to use it up there on their faces. Because right now their paws look like big blobs to me. Hold on, I gotta take a drink here. Excuse me. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. Get this other paw done over here. And there's really, for what I've got right now, I don't have a lot of browns and a lot of colors. So what I might do with the door itself excuse me, because I don't have a whole lot of colors, is I might go alcohol marker on it. We'll see. I mean, I'm not going to do it in the video, but we'll see after I get to the door part. Okay, let's see here. I might get... Let me use the Sharpie just for a second here. Okay. So yeah, I'll go back and get the Tombow black marker and put the lines back in. That'll make it look a little bit better. But let me go back here. This is actually a gray, like a warm gray, but it looks kind of like a sepia to me. It really does. And it goes so good with this lighter brown, almost sandy color. I think it's actually called sand. And somebody's licking my leg. It must taste good. Let's see here. I think I'm going to switch. I think this one's actually called chocolate. It's $9.69. And I believe this $9.92 is actually called sand. And then this N49 is some type of gray. And I kind of wanted the puppies to look alike. But so far I'm not really happy with the colors I chose. The sand I'm happy with. The chocolate's a little dark. And then of course this warm gray slash sepia looking color. I like it. Oh my goodness. But anyway, he has a dog he named June Carter. Or June, yeah. June Cash. June Carter Cash, I believe, actually. And she's just a little scrappy thing. Little snot monster got out today. As soon as I opened that door, I heard those little feet. Right out the door she went. I just could not be fast enough. Shame on me. He said she came back about 3 or 4 minutes later. When he said she always comes back, because he lives in a condo community. Between that and him saying she always comes back, I was like, okay, well then I'll just go home. I had to pee anyway. Terrible. I had to go wee wee, and I was getting a little. Even though Costco feeds you like a king, with all, I mean, Sam's Club. People always talk about Sam's Club having all those samples, and then their little sample machine, you know, and I would, for my Sam's Club, I was really disappointed because it did not, that machine was always out, and I rarely seen people giving out samples. I don't know if it was the times I went or what, I just had bad timing. I had timing like I like my words. Hi, kitty. Like my words that I can't use or what. But I was just like, they don't got nothing here. But Costco, woo, they had it all. So many samples, but I was still a little bit hungry. When I got home, I made myself a little thing of spaghetti. Spaghetti. Ooh, more fun facts. When I was a little girl, I would get so super excited when we were going to have steak for dinner. You probably know where I'm going with this. But I couldn't say the word steak. Instead, I called it snake. And we're really surprised CPS didn't get called on us for that one. Your parents are serving you snake? She said some of the neighborhood parents actually believed that she was making snake for dinner. I was like, wow. Okay. But no, CPS came much later when I was in my teens. They're like, okay, you've abused this poor girl enough. Hey, thanks. Better late than never. That's cool. But that's pretty much why I was angry at the whole wide world. Not only did my parents not parent in any way, shape, or form, CPS was not much better. They put me in a foster home where they ate steak and chicken and pork. And I got giant shell noodles. Well, they were maybe about big. They weren't giant. They looked giant to me because I was a teenager. I was young. I was stupid. Whatever. Either way, I got shell noodles with ketchup every night. And stale cereal for breakfast. Not only did I get stale cereal for breakfast, I was constantly having to fight with the cockroaches for the food. It was a bad foster home, in other words. Very, very bad. And this is not to say that all foster homes are bad, but the one I was in was bad. And it was also in a bad neighborhood, which is actually not that far from where I live now. Ha ha! So bad so that these teenagers, I can't remember the year I was a teenager. Gotta remember. I was a teenager too. Broke into this lady's house to steal a game console. And to cover their crime, they burnt the house down. Which that's bad of its, enough in of itself. Until you find out that the lady was in the house. She died. And this was next door. Yay! Kinda. It was the house like across. The road was really weird. You had like the double here that I lived in. And then there's this side road that came out that way. And then there was this little island with a house here. And then another road that came this way. And then a bunch of houses over here. This is the house they burnt. Great crude drawings! And the only reason I'm even talking about this is because I know that I've learned over the years. So now it's just not, I know it because I know it. But I've learned over the years, I'm not the only one that experienced a bad childhood. I'm not the only one that experienced bad foster care. So, if you're young and you're just coming out of something like this, not only will I not judge, I will understand better than most people. And you can come to me anytime if you're having issues. I'll be your friend. Here we go. Let's see if that comes out any darker. If it does, then I'm going to do like little cheeks in just one layer. And I think I'm going to be lazy and just use the Sharpie to draw back in some of the stuff. Actually, no, don't be lazy, Christine. Go get your Tombow. And then we'll finish up their faces. And then once I finish the picture, I'll post it to Instagram. And you guys can tell me what you think. Because I'm sure with all my rambling, some good amount of time has gone by. Let me go get that black here. And not step on my kitty who's sleeping at my feet. Pretty sure 25 is the black, right? Yep, okay. There we go. You gotta be careful. Don't step on the kitty. I do it a lot because every time I'm in the kitchen, she thinks she's gonna get something. And you know what she gets? Stepped on. Insane critter. I love her, but she's insane. It's almost like she wants me to step on her half the time. I swear. Cat. There we go. It might not be terribly visible on film, video, whatever you want to call it, but I can see it. And they're so cute. I love their little faces. Oh. All right, let's see if this does anything with just one little layer. Basically, this is my little experiment page with the Tombos. There we go. Let's see if it gets any darker with another layer on top. They're looking so cute, guys. Oh. When I was at my best friend's house today, helping him bring in the stuff he got from Costco, and I was hugging on Junebug. Ooh, my nose is getting itchy. And I was getting the snifflies, and it hasn't quite settled down. And I would be so sad if I were allergic to puppers, because I like puppers. I want a puppers someday, you know, because the birds that I have and the cat that I have just are not enough critters in the house. Oh, man. Here's fill in some of the white of the paper here. But yeah, it does look different. Look at that. Another layer, and it's darker. Let's do it again on this one. Let's not do it again with the chocolate, though. And what's nice is even though the warm gray / sepia wannabe, is I can go outside the lines up there, and it doesn't make hardly any difference. Can't tell. Haha, yeah. But oh my gosh, these puppers are so cute, guys. I love it. Oh, I'll tell you another story about my best guy friend. Like when we first started dating, we both worked at General Motors, and I had actually just moved to the department he was working in, and he didn't say anything to me, like I think the first week maybe. And I was up on a machine that was on a platform, and he was further down and what we call the bore operator, which was just on the floor and yada yada yada. But anyway, he comes up on my machine, and of course I'm wearing a tank top. You know, I'm 20-some years old. I think I'm all that in a bag of chips in a tank top. And he comes up and introduces himself, and he's like, "Hi, I'm James." But the entire time he's introducing himself, he's looking straight down my tank top. I'm like, "Hi, I'm Christine, and my face is up here." He's like, "You're the one wearing a tank top." Yeah, whatever. Anyway, just some fun memories. I mean, I've known the man since like, 2000, 2001 maybe? 1999, somewhere around there. I don't know. My doctor says I might have ADHD, and I'm not making fun of it in any way, shape, or form when I say I don't disagree. Because sometimes I do the, oh, look, a chicken thing, or, oh, squirrel. But anyway, that is my color and chat here today with the Tombow markers that I got. And I really do like them. I'm very appreciative of them. Whoever got them for me, thank you very much. They're a fun new medium to play with. And look at that, and I'm covered in marker. They're also fun to wear. And I actually enjoy these. And I think it's because they were a gift that made me enjoy using a water-based marker. Maybe I took advantage of me paying for the set that I had exchanged for the pencils. I don't regret that exchange. I love Faber-Castell Polychromos. I'm not going to regret that exchange at all. But anyway, thank you all so much for stopping by. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you do subscribe. And of course, everyone, please like the video. Questions, comments, and suggestions below. Otherwise, have a colorific rest of your day and a great weekend. And for those of you celebrating, happy 4th. Bye.